And good evening as we have attendees come into the meeting right now. I want to take a moment to introduce myself. I'm Trent McGee, the Director of Student Life. I sent you an email this morning, this afternoon, actually. Man, time's all relative at this point, everyone. Isn't it true? It's when it's all virtual. But we are excited for you to be here because obviously the biggest thing I've heard from first year students is that they want to get engaged, they want to connect. And so we are going to be doing these nights all week long to share information, answer some of your questions, and then you get to meet the student organizations themselves. If you have any questions, you will be able at the Q&A feature to pop it in to the Q&A to ask us questions. The org members that are here will be able to answer them, typing them out to you. But also, after, you will receive a Zoom link or a link that will take you to Zoom rooms to meet these organization members. So hold on to that. This meeting is recorded. I want you all to know this meeting is recorded. So make sure that you are aware of that. So people that couldn't be here because they had class, time zone differences, whatever, they would have access to this wonderful presentation. But you're going to hear from me a lot this week. So I'm going to turn it over to my wonderful colleague, Carmen White, as he will talk a little bit about why it is so important to get involved in student organizations. Carmen?
Thanks so much, Trent, and welcome to Kelley United Organization Night. My name is Carmen White. I'm an Associate Director in the undergraduate program and the Director of Diversity Initiatives here at Kelley. So why get involved at Kelley? There are so many reasons. I don't think any of you just came to school to go to class and go back home or go back to your dorm and eat and go to sleep. And I also know that Kelley students did not come to school simply to go to class and then maybe party later, though there is an added bonus. That is an added benefit of being a college student, of course, partying that is socially distanced and responsible this year. There are many benefits to getting involved. You develop a community when you are involved in extracurricular activities. So many of the things that you find that you're passionate about, so many of the interests that you have that you don't even know you want to explore, that you discover here at Kelley, come from being in co-curricular, extracurricular activities. There is an immense amount of academic support with being in an organization where there are people that are older than you, that have gone through the things that you've gone through, or that are in the same classes that you are in. And there's an opportunity for skill development, and skill development across a wide range of opportunities, a wide range of areas of skills that you want to develop. Student organizations are much more than resume builders. Obviously, it's fantastic to put something on your resume that you have done, but of course, it's so much more. You will be able to get recruitment opportunities, get jobs, discover passions, but enhancing your classroom learning is one of the things that can come out of being in a organization. You can learn things that you are learning about in class in a deeper and a more profound way, and you can take that back to your academics. Skills and knowledge are put into practice when you are in organizations that are doing things in the real world, right? They are practicing a lot of the things that you were learning in the classroom. So everything that you get to learn there can be turned into something that makes you understand theoretical information more. When you're in organizations, you're able to develop professional maturity. What does that mean? It means as you work with other people, as you navigate the ins and outs of organization, as you strive to do more, as you connect with people outside of the organization, outside of the school, in the community, across the world, you learn and you grow as an emerging business professional. And last but not least, you get to network with faculty, alumni, and industry professionals. A lot of your advisors are people who work in this field, have worked in this field. Some of the people that are in your organization will already have worked in this field through internships or externships, opportunities that you will be able to have. And of course, you'll get to connect with alumni. It is very important. So networking with faculty, alumni, and industry professionals is one of the best things that will come out of your organization experience. And last but certainly not least, leadership in student organizations. Most of you were leaders in your high schools. You're going to be leaders here. But don't feel as if you have to rush into that opportunity to get a leadership role. There are early informal roles, committee roles, just an opportunity to put together a program to work with people that are in higher leadership roles. Don't worry too much right now about getting into executive positions. Worry about developing the skills in those early informal roles so that when you get to the mid-level opportunities, when you have the opportunity to run for something at a higher level, you feel like you're ready. Because ultimately, many of you are going to be in advanced or executive leadership roles in the organizations that are here in this room and in many other of the almost 70 organizations that we have at the Kelley School. And even more than that, and this happens every year because business students are entrepreneurial, you can launch your own new student organization. And there are people in this room, people in the organizations that you're interested in that have done that and will be very interested and passionate about helping you do that. And of course, the Office of Student Life is here to help you do all of these things as you embark on your co-curricular career at Kelley. So let's meet some of the organizations here tonight.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christian Valenzuela. I am the current president of ALPHA, which stands for the Association of Latino Professionals for America. So ALPHA it's a professional network. It's across the nation, and this picture here is at our. I'm currently a junior, and this was freshman year, where I went to ALPHA's national convention or the regional convention, which was in a Chicago suburb, and we just had a few different networking events. And there was a career fair, and I just learned a lot about ALPHA. And so a little bit about ALPHA as well is. So we're more than just a bigger picture, and we are, like it said on the next slide, that we are a professional network, and we host different events with different companies, such as this one, which was EY with Anush Patel, who's the head recruiter here at IU. And so we've held 2 events with EY, and yeah, it's just we're more than on a kind of a broad level or on like a very high level. We're a professional network, but we're also just a community within ourselves, which is the next slide. And so kind of a few things that we've done as a community. We had a bonfire last year. We've gone out to dinner multiple times, and it just goes to show that we are a professional network. We have events with companies and things of that nature, but we also are a community, and we want to kind of bring the Latino community and Latina community together. And yeah, we try to do as many things of a group, and we've actually, our executive board, become a very tight-knit group of people. And just so a little bit, our upcoming events. We are currently having an event with EY on, or Protivity is on September 16th, and then which Protivity is a global consulting firm, and then EY, which we are having that on October. We just changed the date. It was October 12th. And then I can go a little bit more into those when we do the breakout rooms after this. So, and yes, our call-out meeting, our call-out meeting is going to be September 3rd, which is next Thursday. And we put the time to be determined because we know that with everyone's classes being online, kind of, we don't know what's the best time for everybody. So we were kind of wanted to gauge interest with people to see what was the best time to have that call-out meeting.
All right, Ascend.
Hi everyone, my name is Kimberly and I'm the current president of Ascend. Super excited to be here tonight to share a little bit more about Ascend and how we can be a resource for the incoming freshmen in this semester. So a little background about Ascend, we're a national Pan-Asian business organization with chapters across the United States. In total, we have about 40 plus student chapters and 18 plus professional chapters, which makes a really huge network, and among which the IUB chapter is just one of them. In Ascend itself, we have 8 board members, approximately, next slide, please. We have 8 executive members on our team, 33 board members, and over 200 general members, providing you with a very big community to network within and build a support system from. And here's a little overlook of our executive board. And as you can see, everyone here comes from a different background, and they're all from different countries. And this builds up a very diverse community within Ascend. And today here, I also have our VP of Professional Development, Harrison, here with us to share a little bit more about Ascend and what we can offer in the upcoming semester.
Hello, everyone. So my name is, thank you, Kimberly. My name is Harrison. I'm from Indonesia, and I'm the VP of Professional Development. So you might be wondering why Ascend. There's so many organizations in IU to choose from. Kimberly already mentioned our huge network, and one of those things involves diversity. So in total of 12 nationalities represented across the Ascend IUB members. And next slide, please. And amongst those members, we share a lot of diversity inside the classroom as well. If you're in Kelley or in medical school or in SPIA, we also have a lot of diversity in our workshops. So some of our members in consulting workshops, investment banking, you name it. We have a lot of experience in business and other fields as well. Next slide, please. With that diversity also comes with professional, in our professional world. We have a lot of alumni that are representing these companies below, starting from EY, Cummins, Granger, you name it. We have many really high-driven individuals that have really good experience in networking with these high-performing companies. And so we also try to foster that same behavior so that we can suit the needs of our new members who are hoping to work in these companies as well. Next slide, please. I know there's a lot of words on these slides, but just to keep it short, for this semester, we really want to be a resource for you guys so that we can enhance your experience and ultimately develop your leadership skills. If you guys are in your computers right now, you can take a screenshot of this. I know there's a lot of words and you don't really have time to cover everything. But in a nutshell, we want to become a resource for you guys to become comfortable in a professional setting. Next slide, please. Which brings me to my next point, workshops. So as a VP of Professional Development, I'm in charge of the workshops here in our organization, which starts from the Exclusive Development Program, the Mentor-Mentee Program, and the Case Workshop Program. And these 3 programs are specifically chosen because they're the most common skills that tend to come up in the business world. And so you can totally scan the QR code on your screen right now so you can get more information and you can sign up for our newsletter that we send bi-weekly. Next slide, please. And of course, stay connected. Although we work hard, I like to think that we also play hard. I think we have a really fun community. We also post a lot of things on Instagram. I think besides our professional side, we also have a really good bond amongst our members, and it really helps that there are many people from different backgrounds, and so you can always find people you can connect with. Thank you.
Right. Hi, everyone. My name is Richard. So a short introduction for me. I'm a current junior, so I'll be the president of Chinese Business Association for next year. So as you can see in our slide, you're able to see a little bit of information, including our website. So today I'll just give you a short introduction to our organization. And if you're really interested in, you're able to come to the OIS event fair and also the Friday Kelley Carnival, and also chat with me later tonight to seek for more information about our organization. So what is CBA? So we're an organization formed in 2010 by a group of outstanding Chinese students. please don't get intimidated by the word Chinese. We have students coming from all over the world, including people from the US and also other countries within Asia countries. So everyone is feel free to join us. So we're including academic, professional, and career-related resource. So we host a weekly workshop for including topics such as resume and also with some of the professional within the industry. So we are now having 37 board member and also having 800 general member, which including our alumni network. So because today's presentation is kind of short, so I only brought the board structure. So as you can see, there are multiple departments underneath CBA. So all of you are able to find your interest and able to join and be involved. So next slide, feel free to take a picture. So we have a sign up link. So after you type in the link and put down your information, we're able to send you our call meeting Zoom link. So you are able to get in touch with our organization. And also feel free, if you have any question, shoot an email to our email address. And as you can see on the poster on the right-hand side, that would be our call meeting time and also the date for that. Thank you.
I'm muted. I hate doing that. All right. Was Global Businesswomen able to join us tonight? I'm not seeing anyone turn off. Well, that's okay. They will actually be at Welcome Women's Wednesday that Kelley Higgins will talk about later. So you will be able to connect with our Global Businesswomen organization. So Kappa Eta Phi.
Hey guys, my name is Carly. I'm the president of Kappa Eta Phi, and we are one of the professional fraternities at Kelley. And so today we'll just be sharing a little bit about what our fraternity does and then what we believe in, and also some of the opportunities that we have for students for the semester. And we're also really excited to announce some opportunities for students who are overseas. So stay tuned for that. Before we dive into the full presentation, we just wanted to kick it off by letting you know that our diversity, equity, and inclusion statement is up on our website. So like this past summer, we did a lot of like reviewing of our organization, and we found that we needed to step up our game in this area. And so we just want all future members and current members to know that we support you and welcome you, regardless of your background, your race, or your identity. And so if you scan the QR code, it'll take you to the full statement, and it'll give you details about what we stand for and what we don't stand for. And so with that being said, that kind of leads well into the next thing I want to talk about, which is what we believe in. And so our three core values are brotherhood, professionalism, and diversity. And so at Kappa Eta Phi, we're a fairly small business fraternity, and that means that we're all pretty close-knit and we're kind of like families. So all the people that I know at Kappa Eta Phi, they're some of my closest friends, and they're relationships that I know that I will have for a lifetime. And so a lot of times after meetings, we'll just go out and, grab dinner together or just call each other up on weekends to hang out. And so that's something that you can experience at KEP for sure. On the other hand, while we do hang out a lot, we also have professional events. And so as a pledge, when you go through the pledge share process, each week you'll have a weekly workshop, and these will mainly be focused on developing your professional and social skills that you'll be using later on in your career. And so we'll do workshops like resume workshops or like LinkedIn, how to network with other people on there, or like mock career fairs. And then finally, our last core value is diversity. And so this is probably our most important one. And this is something that we want to focus on. We understand that everyone brings a unique perspective to the table. A lot of our members actually come from countries all around the world, like South Korea, Japan, China, Thailand, Singapore. And there's also US students as well. And so we all know that everyone brings something different to the table, and we really appreciate that and want to celebrate that. And so I kind of mentioned this earlier. We also do work in addition to workshops. We also have a mentorship program. And so when you become a pledge, as you go throughout the pledge process, you'll be assigned a BIG. And a BIG is essentially a mentor who you can ask questions to, ask advice about. They're just helping you along the way and kind of helping you prepare for the workshops and the assignments or tasks that we may assign you to do. And then also just kind of being your guide at IU, because I know like there's a lot of things going on. It's nice to have someone to be there for you. And then in addition to that, we also do like networking events. And so I remember like at the end of my pledgeship, we networked with 2 alumni. One of them was like stationed in Japan, I think, and another was here in Bloomington. So we did like a hybrid where like we talked to one over the internet, like video call, and then the other person was here in person. And that was a really fun experience. And so on that same note, here are just some of the companies where our alumni have gone off to. It's not the full list, but it's just like some of the top that our alumni have gone to. So yeah. And then the most exciting thing that we want to announce is that we have an opportunity for overseas students. So if you scan this QR code, it will take you to a group meet where you can join, and it'll give you details about our rush events and also give you updates as we go along the semester. Even if you're not an overseas student, feel free to scan this QR code and join the group meet, because if you're interested in attending any of our events, that's where you will get the most updated information. So yeah, this is just a timeline of our rush events. We will have 3 rush events: Meet the Chapter, Professional Night, and Social Night. There will be the first 3 days of September, and we have them in 2 different times to accommodate those who are in a different time zone. So we have one at 7:30 a.m. and 7:30 p.m. and feel free to attend whichever one fits your time zone the best. And with that, thanks for listening. Feel free to contact us. Preem, she is in Thailand, and Stacy is in China. Those are our pledge educators, and they will be in charge of the international pledgeship. And then we have our social media listed at the bottom. So feel free to contact us if you have any questions, or come ask us questions in the breakout room later. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I am Kelley Higgins. If it's not already obvious, I'm not a student, I'm a staff member. So I'm the Assistant Director for Student Experience, and what that means is I oversee our mental health and wellness, women's, and LGBTQ+ initiatives. So I'm really excited to be talking to you guys about some of our women's initiatives today. So I, as part of the Women's Initiative, am sharing that with Rebecca Cook, who is over undergraduate career services, and Kirsten Krang, who teaches Compass classes. And essentially we are sort of a blanket that sits sort of below all of the women's organizations. So you can see we're sort of at the top. And then we are consulted by Women's Leadership Summit students so that we can have student input in all of the women's programming that we're doing. And then we help advise and coordinate and collaborate with all of the women's organizations that you see listed here. So we have 9 women's organizations, including us. And I also want to shout out Men as Allies. And that is our organization that is not specifically for women. It's for men who want to work towards equity and equality for women. And we will have information about each one of these women's organizations during Welcome Women Wednesday. So if you go back to wherever it is that you found information about tonight, you can sign up for Welcome Women Wednesday, which will happen Wednesday from 1 to 3 Eastern Standard Time, and where we'll have a presentation much like this from each of the women's organizations, as well as a couple other folks who partner with women. And then we'll have breakout rooms that you can hear more about the various organizations. And really that's important because as you'll be in your classes, you'll see we have a very healthy number of women here at Kelley. But once you get into the classroom, sometimes there aren't as many of us in each individual setting as there might be in other situations. And so we're really looking at bringing women together to create community, to do skill building, and really promote women supporting women across Kelley, and also promoting professional development opportunities specifically for women. So one of my photos didn't come through, but if you click on the QR code to the left, that will take you to the Kelley Women page where you can find out more about Kelley Women's initiatives generally. And in the top right corner, that actually is a link for the Center of Excellence for Women in Technology. And so while everything I've talked about so far has been about Kelley-specific women's initiatives, Center for Excellence of Women in Technology is an agnostic organization within the university that doesn't look at what major school that you're coming from. It supports any woman across IU in the belief that no matter what field you're going into, technology will play a piece in your success, especially knowing that some women sort of shy away from tech. And so I would really highly encourage you to go to their website and find out more. They have lots of really great opportunities for internships, for undergraduate research, for specific courses and trainings on specific technologies. They also have some great mentorship programs. So they have mentorship for Black women in STEM and women in tech, which is really wonderful. And they also house what's called IU Women Rising. So there are women who are trained as volunteers to go around and educate people on campus on specifically pay equity and some other women's rights issues. And all of that is housed under that Center of Excellence for Women in Technology. So if you have any questions about any of the specific women's organizations, ideas that you have for championing women at Kelley, or about CWIT, come to the breakout room after this, or you can always email KSBWell. I am the person who oversees that email address, and I'll be able to answer your questions then. So I look forward to meeting more of you.
There was a great question that was in the chat that I accidentally clicked the wrong button for that I would answer live. And so it was about, can freshmen join too? And I think as a blanket statement, freshmen can get involved in almost any of these organizations. Cody's Student Advisory Board is a little bit different because it's not a student organization, which is about to go next with Marissa, wherever she's at when she turns her camera on. But for the most part, every freshman can get involved, and the women's organizations are no different.
Yes, absolutely. All the women's orgs are actively hoping that you'll have first-year students who are coming in. So.
All right, Marissa, over to you.
Hi, everyone. As Carmen mentioned before, nights like these are super important just because obviously there's a lot of undergrads in Kelley, so it can kind of be overwhelming. So I'm glad you're all able to come out. And so for me, I was able to actually find Cody's Student Advisory Board, and I became super passionate about it, but obviously I'm not able to do it alone. So this year, these are our VPs, and as you can see, Emmy is very involved in Kelley, but yeah, no, it's been great. They're amazing people, and I've loved working with them. I didn't even introduce myself, sorry. I'm Marissa Munoz. I don't think I said that, but so some things about KSAB are, well, so first, we're basically like the student voice of Kelley. So we're able to kind of communicate with the Cody office and come up with ideas of really just making sure that we're creating a welcoming environment for everyone. And we get to work with different organizations. So we do a lot of partnerships, and we're able to hold cool events. Last year, we had an open mic night for celebrating Black History Month, and we did something for Hispanic Heritage Month, which was you get to make like papel picado, and obviously this year it's going to look a little different. So we wanted to really make sure we have a lot of minds and people joining the organization so that we can come up with great ideas to still create that welcoming environment for everybody. And if you're interested, there's room for more. There's a call out meeting actually this Friday at 11 a.m. If that's not going to work for you, no worries. You can always come to the link afterwards and ask me more questions, and use that QR code. Plus, if you're interested, you can follow the IU Cody Instagram. It's _IU Cody for more information. So yeah, I hope you guys can come out so I can, share more information. Thank you.
All right, hey everyone. My name is Nick Cheminsky. I also have Toby Ojo on the phone as well. We're both second-year MBAs, and we've been working with Marissa and I think Mike is on as well, and some other folks, and Carmen. Myself and him are part of the Diversity Champions initiative that Toby actually started in the Kelley MBA program. And what we're trying to do this year is start a Kelley MBA undergrad mentorship program focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, right? I mean, it's obvious there's a lot going on, not just at Kelley, but out in the world right now focused around this. So allies like myself and other underrepresented minorities like Toby and other people that are part of this, we want to invite you all and just kind of put the word out there about this program getting kicked off. And this really, the slide just kind of explains the overarching kind of vision idea for it. Number one, it's really focused on juniors and seniors in Kelley undergrad. And the idea would be that we pair you with a junior with the first year and a senior with the second year, just because of the timing this year. And allow those folks to kind of build a relationship throughout their careers in the MBA program, and then obviously the latter 2 years of your undergrad. We're hoping for 15 to 20 MBA mentors, things like that. And then the other two kind of components of it are this focus on D, E, and I, education and development, right? So we'll be doing these small group discussions focused on issues in the workplace. The idea being that all of us MBAs, we have several years of experience. In my case and Toby's, right, I think we're both about 6-7 years of professional experience. So we've been in the workplace. We've seen a lot of these D&I issues happen in real time and had to deal with them ourselves. And that's obviously a very, very different and unique experience than it is something that maybe you experience on campus or in your personal life, or maybe it isn't. But the idea would be that we can foster these relationships and foster these discussions between ourselves and yourselves in the undergrad population. Could include things like large town halls where we have these candid conversations between someone like myself and other undergrad students, just to also bridge that kind of generational gap, because the reality is, I don't really understand kind of a lot of the things that maybe freshmen or sophomores understand, and I think vice versa. And then finally, there's obviously the professional mentorship aspect to it, right? Focusing on how do we develop workplace skills to deal with those issues, to also build kind of alumni relationships to kind of bridge that gap. A lot of you will be kind of looking at moving into careers that we've already been into or maybe going into as well. And then also to look at just building skills outside DE&I, right? And how you build kind of networking in general and just other workplace and professional skills. And one thing I want to quickly mention is I mentioned, focus is, I think, on the mentorship side, really juniors and seniors, but a lot of these events, the idea is that freshmen and sophomores will kind of be part of this as well. And we're really looking for feedback from everyone involved about how to kind of make it better, because this is really, we're just getting it kicked off this year. So you can go to the next slide here. So real quickly, the kind of outline for the kickoff of the program and structure, again, like I said, some of this stuff is still in flight. But as far as rough timeline for your sake, I have kind of the MBA timeline listed out here. So we'll probably launch applications for MBAs the 7th, have them due the 21st, and then hopefully parallel some applications for yourselves or some kind of filtering process to see who's interested from your all side, and hopefully have that matching kind of process. It'll probably be a 1 MBA to 2 or 3 undergrads, depending on the appetite for it, but hopefully have that done by the end of September. And this is kind of a tentative, fall 2020 schedule, right? Have these official meetings kick off in October, have some kind of fall event, whether it's a town hall or guest speaker, and then set up some informal or some formal touch points, roughly 5 to 6 in the fall. And then obviously hoping that people will have some kind of really, really informal things where we're trying to really build these relationships between ourselves and yourselves. Don't have a fancy QR code because we're not doing a breakout room from myself and Toby as we're jumping off after this. But if anyone's really interested, take a screenshot, remember my name, you can email me. Please don't hesitate to email me for more information. We'll be sending out more information when there is more information through various channels, probably Carmen and Trent and so others. And then that's it. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Again, feel free to email.
Okay. Hello, guys. My name is, sorry. Hello, can everyone hear me? We good?
Yep, you're good, Anthony.
All right, perfect. Hello, guys. My name is Thomas George, and I am part of the intake team, along with Madison Malone and Brian Burness, and we're representing Mu Beta Lambda Business Fraternity Incorporated. And we are here to promote minority business leaders and prepare them for achievement. That is one of the sayings that we have at Mu Beta Lambda. And our overarching goal is to make sure that everyone that joins our organization is ready for the workforce and is ready to go ahead and achieve in whatever they go for. So I'm going to leave it off to Brian, and he'll talk a little bit about some of our pillars.
Thank you, Anthony. What sets Mu Beta Lambda Business Fraternity apart from other organizations on campus is that we are the nation's first minority-based business fraternity, and our mission is to unite bright minority students and to further develop them into cultured, ethical, exceptional, and enterprising business professionals. And we do this with these 5 pillars. And to explain the pillars, I'm actually going to pass it off to Madison Malone.
Hi, okay, so for our first pillar, we have kinship, which really in our fraternity, we strive to create a strong bond and supportive system between the diverse and cultured individuals within this organization. And we do this through events and just simply spending time together. Next, we have community service, which is pretty self-explanatory, but our fraternity understands that a business is only as good as the community around it. So because of this, we instill a strong commitment to service, like a strong commitment to service in our members so that they can continue to practice commitment throughout all of their professional careers. And so next we have professionalism. So this is a business fraternity, so we like to work on our professionalism, and professional development is really the primary purpose of our organization, and we are as dedicated to improving inclusion in professional settings as we are to our own personal development. So after that, we have scholarship. And so we believe that professionals and leaders are forever students in their own environment. And so we like to focus on our academic achievements so that we can all grow into business leaders for like in our future. And so that we remain dedicated to scholarship and active learning in our careers. And lastly, we have diversity and culture, which is a big part of our fraternity, and because we know firsthand the need for improved acceptance and inclusion of culture and diversity in the business world. And diversity and culture are critically important for all professional endeavors, especially with respect for increasing globalization. And me personally, my favorite pillar is diversity and culture. And a personal experience I have is like I came from a very non-diverse, well, ethnically and culture-wise non-diverse school, and this was actually very hard for me growing up, and it really did make me realize that when I got here, you know, like the real big importance of diversity, both culturally and just the way people think. And I just believe it is very important for everybody around the world, or even just in our fraternity or in IU in general, just to improve themselves.
Anthony, would you like to give your favorite pillar?
Yeah, of course. So can we just go back to that slide? So as Madison was talking, you can just see the level of commitment we have to these pillars, and they really do arc our commitment to each other. And that leads into my favorite pillar, which is kinship. So being the first minority business fraternity in the nation, we have to have kinship in order to have strong bonds that leads us to our alumni. Yes, we are a relatively new business fraternity that's on the scene, but we are headstrong in making sure that our place is known. And we do that having entrepreneurial Kelley, SPIA, and informatics students, as long as students that want to increase our standing. So with kinship, that is our bond between brother and sister. And we take that very seriously. We have events that have going out to dinner, for example, or doing community service, which Brian will talk about later, in order to really make sure that we understand each other and have each other's backs.
And lastly, my favorite pillar would, as Anthony said, would be community service. And this is a personal one for me. Coming from an impoverished background, a minority background in my hometown of South Bend, Indiana, also being a first-generation college student from low income, I take pride in reaching out to students who were in my shoes and trying to get them to take education as a ticket out of poverty. And a way to build that message that I'm trying to get here at IU is through community service with MBL. We do several events within the Bloomington community, as well as with our corporate sponsors and other external events. And I definitely enjoy the events that we had. I believe last year we had an event for a pageant show for students with special needs over at Ivy Tech. And it really hit me hard, how well the impact was that our sacrifice was as far as volunteering, but also seeing their smiles on their faces as they came up to the event and everything. And so if you go to the next slide, please. Here we have the week of events where you can look forward to. We plan on starting it off next week on Monday with an informational session, the Meet the Muse, Meet the Chapter event. On Tuesday, we have a resume and interview prep workshop. On Wednesday, we have the presentation workshop designed for students to showcase their skills and also have some slight critiques on how to build their professional presentation skills. And lastly, we have game night on Thursday. Applications should be rolling around after the event on Thursday, although that is to be announced as of now. If you have any questions, feel free to contact us by our president, Micah Jackson. We have his contact information there. And for all general questions, feel free to email us at info@mubetalambda.com. Also, you can follow us on Instagram at IU Mu Beta Lambda, as well as look at our website at www.mubetalambda.com. We'll also be in a breakout room after this session for you to have any questions. So yeah, thank you guys.
Hey everyone, my name is Michael, and today I'll be just going over the National Association of Black Accountants, or NABA for short, and what we do as a club here at IU. So just as an overview, NABA is an overall professional organization throughout the country. So there's normally professional chapters throughout the major cities like Indianapolis, Phoenix, Chicago, to name a few, and then they have student chapters below that. So one of the main focuses is the professional development aspect of it. So NABA's main goal is to address the lack of minority representation within business-related fields with a focus on accounting and finance. So just trying to bring in professionals who have sort of gone through the CPA, CFA process and sort of know the ropes and sort of want to help minorities sort of go across that path and get to where they want to go. The next point here is there's a lot of leadership opportunities involved with NABA. We sort of want to really drill home those leadership traits before moving into a professional chapter, trying to move into a sort of professional role there. So with it being a smaller club on campus, there's definitely going to be a lot of opportunity for students like yourselves to come in and hit the ground running right away. And then we sort of want to make it like a family community within accounting, finance, etc. There's not really like you don't have to be an accounting major to be a part of the club. We're just really trying to focus on maximizing the level of knowledge that minorities have access to, and sort of wanting to help them go across the ropes with as much help as they need to be successful. Going on to the next slide here, some of the semester highlights for this for this year. We have a couple networking sessions with some accounting firms that we have set up already for September and October. It's going to be virtual this year with a lot of different things going on this year. But the main highlight is going to be the National Student Conference in September. Normally it's a regional conference, and so like last year or 2 years ago, it was in St. Louis. So we drove up to St. Louis and had a three-day conference up there. But it's going to be a 3-day virtual one this year, with all the chapters throughout NABA included. And then we're going to be bringing up some NABA professionals from our graduate chapter in Indianapolis to sort of talk through some things about the organization and some things to know when transitioning into a professional role. And going into our next slide here, for our call out meeting, it's currently scheduled for September 3rd and September 7th. The time might change, but we wanted to give sort of opportunities because there's going to be a lot of call out meetings going on around these times. So just trying to be as flexible as possible. I'll send the Zoom out or the Zoom link out closer to the official date after I set the email list up. But if anyone's interested in attending or being added to the email list, they can just email me at the email on the screen, or you can come to the breakout sessions later and we can talk more then. So thank you guys.
Hi everyone. You guys cannot see me. Okay, now you can. Hi everyone, my name is Yagi Srikumar and I am the president of Out at Kelley. And as for who we are, Out at Kelley is the first LGBTQ+ organization here at the Kelley School of Business. And we kind of work as a resource for LGBTQ+ members and allies of the IU community. And we provide a lot of like educational and job-related opportunities and opportunities for mentorship, as well as social gathering. So we also work with allies in order to educate regarding equality and LGBTQ experiences. For example, one event that we host that's pretty large every year is on National Coming Out Day. We have a banner and it's signed by members and allies alike. And we host it in the Kelley building at Hodge Hall, and we get both students and faculty to sign it. And it's a pretty big event. And the nice thing about Out at Kelley is it acts as more of a community rather than a club. It's very, it acts as a resource, right? And so we're here kind of to just support you on your journey through IU, whether you're an LGBTQ+ member, an ally, or just someone that's interested. And this year, obviously, we are going to be virtual because of the current circumstances, and we will let you guys know more about our call-out meeting and gauge some interest in the breakout room. So join if you are interested.
Hey guys, can you hear me? We good? Hello?
You're good. Yeah, that would be confusing if we didn't answer back. You're good.
Awesome. Okay, great. Hey guys, my name is Adi Mahendran. I'm the president of Scholars Without Borders. And I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the club. The next slide. Right, so our club, our whole mission is embracing all forms of diversity and helping to connect students across campus through fun and exciting ways. And so how we do this is through, usually through lots of different meetings, like we go out bowling, we go out and have, try out all the different ethnic restaurants in Bloomington. In case you didn't know, Bloomington has the second highest amount of ethnic restaurants per capita after New York City. Pretty cool. We also do a lot of different fun events and just try to embrace each other's cultures. We bring in panelists to speak about studying abroad, living abroad, learning abroad, that sort of thing, and just try to get away from the idea of ethnocentrism, or the idea that your culture is the most correct. That kind of brings me into our values. So we're all about diversity and inclusion, promoting cultural awareness, and bringing people together. So this semester, due to us being online completely, because we're trying to avoid COVID, obviously, we're going to move towards activities like trivia, towards bringing more panelists in, talking about things like traveling post-COVID and other concerns that you may have, especially in today's day and time. But at the same time, we do value our differences. It's one of the things that we pride ourselves on, and we love to sort of connect through them. And so one thing that we do every week is we have a sort of open 30 minutes where we'll invite students or members of our club to come speak about not just their cultures, but to also just come learn about them. And that's been a pretty big hit. And so if you enjoy that sort of thing, then our club may be for you. And now on the next slide, right. We have a bunch of upcoming events. Here are just a couple of them. So on August 28th, we'll have our Kelley Carnival event. And so there you can come learn a little bit more about us, speak to more of our members who will be available to you through Zoom. And then we have our first call-out meeting on September 3rd. This is where you get to meet the entire team, sort of learn about our mission. And then finally, on September 4th, we're having another call-out meeting just for our international students who may not be able to join us on September 3rd or want a better time, that works for them in their time zone. And we're not just limiting it to our call-out meetings. Actually, our entire club, every event will have a corresponding international time. So if you're living abroad and, for some reason our events are all at midnight for you, don't fret. We are making accommodations for you because we really want you to be there. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, please go ahead and take a picture of this slide. As it says, the top link is for if you are in Bloomington or United States, and the bottom link is for if you are abroad and want to attend then. But hope to see you guys there. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Adi. I met him for the first time today, and he is so tall. Like, if Zoom screen doesn't even do it for us. So ask him to measure himself to see how tall he is. Okay, so I have Global Business Women's going to do one short thing real quick to tell you a little bit about themselves, and then we will be sending you the Zoom links for everything. So Caitlin.
Hi. Just going to go ahead and it is not letting me share my screen.
All right, you should be good now.
Yeah, well, hello. Global Business Women is an organization that is focused on empowering women and building a support network of women grow globally and helping them grow and achieve their personal and professional dreams while supporting each other. We have members from countries ranging from Russia and Honduras to India and Kuwait, and it's just a really incredible organization to be a part of, and we wanted to let you hear directly from our exec board, so we created a really short video for you all to see. Yeah.
Hey, Caitlin, there's no sound. Just so FYI.
Oh. Yeah, and some of the events that we organize are events with corporate partners and recruiters, and we also have workshops like resume workshops and professors panels where you can hear directly from business professionals in different fields, and we also focus on building relationships with each other and having social events as well. Yeah, and it's just a great way to connect with upperclassmen and freshmen who are your age and really get to interact with people from similar and different backgrounds from you. So if you're interested, feel free to follow us on our social media and then join us on our link afterwards. But yeah, thank you.
Christian, how could I forget you? I cannot forget UBDC. They are so great. Christian, I know you only have one slide here. Hopefully my screen is sharing. I am so sorry. Christian, it's great to see you.
No, you're fine. Saving the shortest for last so that
There you go.
don't
There you
keep
go. I like
everyone
it.
all together. Yeah. But no, yeah, I'm Christian. I'm the president of the Undergraduate Business Diversity Council. And we're UBDC for short since we have such a long title. But UBDC is an organization that strives to empower students passionate about diversity and inclusion through professional events with our corporate partners. We do speaker series, panels. This year we'll be doing like virtual office hours and really just working through that whole virtual format. We also do an annual diversity career fair, which as well will be virtual. And then we also have our general meetings with interactive activities and discussions over diversity and inclusion topics. Our whole philosophy is that everyone brings a layer of diversity. And so we want to learn from that. We want to learn from each other. And so we want to talk about our differences, talk about our experiences, educate each other so that we can learn more and grow in terms of our global awareness and our awareness of different perspectives and of different identities. And so through our general meetings, we'll have discussions around these topics and we're able to learn more about each other. We also have a kind of a more social side where we have a family structure where we get to mingle and bond with people from all sorts of different backgrounds, different grade levels, so that we can kind of just hang out together as well as also learn from each other, have that kind of mentorship element as well. But yeah, so after this, you can join our breakout room and you can learn a little bit more, but you can also go to ubdc.org, and that is our home base for everything related to our club. The Join Now link is where you can find stuff about our application process. It's basically 2 steps. You fill out an application form telling us a little bit more about your interest in diversity and inclusion. And then following that are invited interviews. And after that, it's a lot of fun. And we have a lot of different events planned for this semester, considering the new format.
Thank you, Christian. For all the people watching now, this is the time that you go talk to these organizations. That QR code, not the link, the QR code will take you to the organizations to go talk to them individually. There was a great question about, I don't understand what a call-out meeting is for clubs. That's okay. Call-out meetings are something clubs do to find out more information. You're able to go there. So go to that QR code. GoKelley.iu.edu student life is for you to meet with me. If you have any personal questions about involvement at Kelley, I'm here to help. I'm going to make that more clear on future slides because now I'm realizing how confusing that is. But go to that QR code right now and you will receive Zoom links to different organizations to make sure that you go visit these rooms and have a chance to jump into the room, jump out of the room. All those types of things is something that you will be able to do. So if you are still sitting in here, you might be having trouble with QR codes. And if you're having trouble with that QR code, that's okay. You can ask a question in the Q&A. I will try to get you a direct link to it if you're having trouble getting the QR code. But if not, go ahead and get the email with all the organizations you just heard tonight. You can go visit them. They're excited to talk to you. They're excited to answer your questions. And some of these organizations will be featured later in the week. All right, I got somebody asking for a direct link, and I will get that for them. So if you do, go ahead and go into the Q&A and ask for that, as I am trying to minimize all my screens and do all that fun stuff. We all know what that's like. But if you are still here, go ahead and head on out and go talk to these organizations. They want to talk to you. Don't worry, Parnika, I am coming. They can come talk to you about the student organizations that were just featured tonight. All right. And 3, 2, 1, Parnika, I am sending you the URL, which will probably be shown to everyone else, and that is great. Go ahead and go to that URL if you are having trouble getting to the organizations. All right, I'm gonna stop recording, which I should have done a long time ago. No one wants to hear me talk like this.